Mr Speaker.
Ko Reno Turakatney, tēnā koe.
Tēnā koe, Mr Speaker. Tēnā koutou ngā rangatira o te whare. Ka huri tū, ka huri ake ki a rātou kua whetū rangitia. Haere koutou, hoki mai ki a tātou te hunga ora. Tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. Mr Speaker, I'm very pleased to speak in support of this bill. And having been a member on the Māori Affairs Committee, we listened to a range of submissions, and all very supportive, sir. I know that we've had other themes that have been brought up in the debate today, but there has been a lot of support for this bill and for the establishment of the committee. Because I think we need to go back, sir, to the undertakings or the foundations of this bill are in treaty settlements. So we are here today implementing treaty settlements that have been agreed between tangata whenua groups, iwi, hapu and the Crown. And this is just merely following through on those commitments. I had the honour of being involved with the Ngāti Pāhauera deed of legislation, settlement bill legislation when that came through the House. And likewise, Maunga Hariru Tangitu as well, all in the Hawke's Bay region. And I'm looking forward to Ngāti Heneuru, which is on the, has been introduced into the House. And again, that is another hapu group or iwi group that is a member of this planning committee. So, sir, I think we do need to acknowledge the fact that this committee has been established with the agreement of 9 groups plus the Regional Council and the Crown. That's no mean feat, and it's had a long history in the making. It started over 5 years ago, and to have that a broad range of groups in support to all come together and to have this group functioning for, it's actually been in place and in operation for the last 2 years. And so I think we shouldn't be quick to sort of, put disparaging remarks over, it's not, it's not as good as it could be, or, it could do more, or it should be doing this or should be doing that. The fact that this is based on treaty settlements, the fact that all of those groups, all of the tangata whenua groups involved have been supportive, and they came before the committee to acknowledge that, and also the Crown and the Hawke's Bay Regional Council. I do think we need to acknowledge, the uniqueness of that. And of course, there's no one-size-fits-all for treaty settlements around the country. We know that there are, different types of arrangements in terms of integrating iwi views in the natural environment through like co-governance and co-management arrangements, which probably is the top type arrangement you can get in, at the moment, to a planning committee arrangement. So there's no one size fits all. Every iwi, every takiwā is different, and I think we just need to go back to the fact that this committee has been formed and is implementation of undertakings that have been agreed with the various groups and the Crown and the Regional Council, and that is why we are here today. Because, sir, I know that there have been a lot of comments made around the fact that Ngāti Kahungunu Iwi Incorporated have not been given a seat on the planning committee. But I do acknowledge that they do support the bill. They made some very valid comments in their submissions, but I think, and I think I mentioned this in my first speech, and it came through in the submissions as well, that Ngāti Kahungunu is represented because it's represented through all their hapu. It's represented from up in Pāhauera and all the other hapu of Ngāti Kahungunu as well. So there is representation there, and Māori, we like to speak in metaphors, sir, and so if No, never unclear. And because this is the natural environment that we're talking about in terms of this planning committee, if the river is an iwi, then it's the streams and the little creeks that feed into that river that make the iwi. And the big lofty mountain is made up of the hills, and they all hold up that lofty mountain. And likewise, the great Kauri tree, well, there would be no great Kauri tree it's nothing without the branches. And those are the hapu that make up all the great iwi around the country. And that is evidenced through this bill and in the creation of this planning committee, sir. All of the hapu of Kahungunu are there to hold up the mana of Kahungunu through their participation. And let's not forget, sir, that it is the people, the hapu that have been leading these settlements, that have entered into these settlements with the Crown. And there's an egregious history that has taken place. And for those that, and I recommend everyone read the Waitangi Tribunal reports, read the settlement legislation, just to get a sense for the loss and of all of the Hokainga groups and their connection to their ancestral landscapes. And so this is a real, it's an important step, as my colleague Sua Sio mentioned in his speech there. It is a very important step, and the fact that these hapu groups can now, from having lands taken away, slashed and burned, and degradation of their environment over generations, to have that inflicted upon them, to now have the opportunity now to be part of a permanent body, a permanent committee on the Hawke's Bay Regional Council is a significant step. And I know that they are really proud of that opportunity, and they are making a contribution. And so let's not sort of be critical in terms of they are not being able to do. They have no power, they're a toothless type committee, because they aren't. They are a very important committee, and it is made up of representatives of 50-50 with the Hawke's Bay Regional Council. And they even have a dual chairmanship, which I think is another gesture of the partnership between the Hawke's Bay Regional Council and the tangata whenua groups in the Hawke's Bay. So, sir, this is a very good piece of legislation. We are implementing the solemn arrangements that have been put in place through treaty settlements, and I acknowledge Minister Finlayson and the work that his team does in putting through these important settlements right across the country. And this is I think we can only really, let's give these planning committees and other co-governance or whatever bodies that are created under these settlements, let's give them time to actually bed themselves in and do their mahi. And I know that the Hawke's Bay Regional Council, they were very aware of the importance of this committee, and I certainly hope that they will be resourcing the committee adequately to do their important work, reviewing all of the important planning documents under the Resource Management Act that they are responsible for putting in place. So I commend this bill, sir, and I also acknowledge the work that all of the representative groups on the committee are doing at this time, and I'm looking forward to passing this legislation so that undertaking that has been made in the treaty settlement is complete. Kia ora tātou.
I call Tim Mackinder.